How's been your journey so far?
We used to be a company called Virtua and we evolved to Vanar.
How's been the transition of Web3 or the advent of Web3?
First, it's been tech first. You know, it's been understanding. So you always have these different camps. In Pakistan, you've got a lot of really great developers, a lot of talented developers. There's always going to be bad actors in that space. There's always going to be that. There's always
Lack of information.
Yeah,
It's the basic root cause of bad actors play.
yeah.
Hello guys, it's Sudeep once again reporting live from TOKEN2049 and joined by me is Ash. So a lot of global things we need to talk about because we have been talking specifically about the project, about the Web3, about the ecosystem. But you know, one country that has come up pretty well after the interest of the Trump family in that particular geography is Pakistan. So Pakistan is coming forward in the ecosystem as like one of the places of interest.
Yes.
I mean, we would like to understand how long have you been in the ecosystem and how's been your journey so far?
Yeah, well, we've been in this space for, since 2017. So we've been here for quite some time. As Vanar, as this Web3 infrastructure, we used to be a company called Virtua and we evolved to Vanar. But we've been in Pakistan for many, many years. And we've been doing a ton of work as part of, when we launched as Vanar, as part of our grassroots work. We called it our countrywide growth ecosystem. So very much a case of working with the universities, working with the institutes, even consulting with the government in terms of their digital transformation. So it's exciting to see what's happening in Pakistan. You know, now after all this time, it's almost like a bus. You know, nothing happens for ages, then 10 come at once. Everything is happening all at once. So, you know, cautious optimism and let's see where it goes.
So after Trump's interest in this little on the political and business side, have you seen any changes in the ecosystem, in the vibe around the place? Before that, how's been the transition of Web3 or the advent of Web3?
I think, look, for us, it's been tech first. You know, it's been understanding. So you always have these different camps. In Pakistan, you've got a lot of really great developers, a lot of talented developers, and that's where we started. You know, we launched an academy, so our job is to be educating and teaching people and certifying them, so that, you know, as Web3 developers, they understand what's happening in the space, what the opportunities are, what that looks like. So that's there. And then you got the people that are trading crypto, even though they're not really meant to, right? So I think for both of them, there's energy and they understand that there's value creation there, but really for it to go to the next level, people just need clarity, you know. And I think that's I was just talking to somebody earlier. I was saying that, look, ultimately in Web3 we move fast, we build, we expect the world to move as fast as us. But when you're talking about governments and we're talking about that, then with that comes regulation, because they want to protect people. People need to understand the playing field.
A lot of minds thinking in different directions.
Yeah, I think so.
Some are apprehensive, some are like conducive. So
yeah, absolutely.
Everybody's having a different mindset.
Yeah, and to get everyone pointing in the same direction, it takes time. It takes education, and that doesn't matter where it is. You know, you have certain governments which are like super forward thinking and they want to be the forefront. You know, we're headquartered in the UAE, ton happening there. They're like leading the charge. Whereas in countries in like Pakistan, there's a lot more cautious, a lot more different challenges as well. Understanding context is
focus on.
Absolutely, and I think context is really, really important. When you have, you know, an emerging middle class, you have a lot of disparity, you have a lot of other social challenges. Educating people as to what this could potentially look like, how it could be beneficial to them. This is, you know, it's a long journey.
I mean, investment, especially into risky assets like crypto, is a factor of the disposable income. Because I think that has been the problem with developing countries, the third world countries, including the Indian subcontinent, the Africa, that lack of disposable income, lack of investment, lack of savings. So if you have short on savings and you would like to put your assets in the most, stable and most relevant instruments, not the risky ones, less risky ones. Crypto has been volatile, has been risky. People have seen the upside, but there's on the announcers So is it a factor of that when we talk about the adoption for the third world countries, especially countries like Pakistan, which are like still struggling
Yes.
to bring their economy up to par with the pace of the other developing countries as far as the per capita income is concerned?
I think so. But see, people in those countries that have those challenges, people are looking for security, an element of security, and an element of stability, and there tends to be this flow into things that are perceived as more stable than your own currency. I mean, if you look, if I compare against pound sterling and the rupee, 2 years ago we're at 200, now we're 350. So that's a massive depreciation.
Hyperinflation.
Yeah, exactly. And then you've got inflation in the country itself. So people think, well, I don't want to sit in rupee, I'd rather sit in Bitcoin. But then the challenges become, well, how do I even acquire it? How do I do it? You have these P2P systems. The clarity isn't there. The ease of it isn't there. And when that exists, there's always going to be bad actors in that space. There's always going to be that. There's always
Lack of information.
Yeah,
is the basic root cause of bad actors playing.
yeah. And like understanding, how can I be safe? How can I be secure? In Web3, I've been saying this for years. We love talking about the plumbing too much. We don't care about the outcome.
Exactly.
The end. So it should be good UX, good interfaces, good education. It's like, and I think now we're seeing, with the stablecoin boom and neobanks emerging, you're going to see more interesting stuff happening. But when you've got a seamless user journey, when it's as easy as setting up an account or something like that, and when it's as clear as that, then life's going to be easier. Right now, although there's a lot of discussion and WLFI and all those guys are getting involved and talking about it as a big opportunity, I'm cautiously optimistic because very often these tend to be extractive, which is what can I pull from this country rather than what can I give? What can I give back? And that's what we need to do. That look, everyone is talent is global, but unfortunately opportunities aren't. Web3 is meant to be that equalizer, and I think crypto can be an equalizer as well. If an AI allows people to be equal, if you've now got a smartphone, in theory, you can create a product, distribute that product, and monetize that product all in the same cycle. If you use Web3 and crypto, you don't have to worry about central banks or anything like that. That's exciting to me. But it's a case of, with all these big things that are happening, it's exciting. It's showing that the government is thinking about it, and they've been thinking about it for some time, to be fair. And as long as they have the right context, the right advisors that are looking to primarily benefit the country itself, then I think it's going to be very, very exciting.
So Trump's interest in Pakistan, has it gotten the ecosystem on some sort of flair?
Yeah, I think so.
And just wanted to understand, because not much comes out of Pakistan directly.
Yes.
There's lack of social media, there's lack of the freedom of expression. These are problems in some countries. So you having been in the ecosystem, we want to understand, like, right before he made the announcement and right after, there are things. What is the difference?
I think for me, the difference I've seen is validation.
Right.
Yeah, I think very much it was a case of this community, although it was big, it wasn't very prominent. It's a weird thing to say, but there's going to be someone that pops out of nowhere, he's got 500,000 followers and he's talking about crypto, right? But outside of the ecosystem, it's not super known. Outside, they're not mainstream, it's a bit niche. Now there's an element of validation that, look, this is real. There is a future for this. We don't quite know what it looks like yet, but people are realizing this is viable as a career option. Being developer in Web3 is something interesting. People are beginning to realize that there's real opportunities that could come out of this. So yeah, I would say it's like an optimism, but it's a cautious optimism, because in Pakistan, and I'm sure in India as well, things can do 180 overnight. Everything was like 100 miles an hour, then the train just stops.
Yeah.
Because it said, hang on, no, we didn't know about this, or this.
A statement from a minister can change everything.
Exactly. And sometimes the right hand doesn't know what the left hand is doing.
Yeah.
So these are the things that we just need to hope for the best.
One more thing I've seen, places where the power is more centralized, they tend to be driving things only in the direction where they are benefited. The powerful are benefited.
Yes.
So obviously we are seeing lesser interference of democratic equivalence in Pakistan. There is a kind of lobbying working, Imran Khan being jailed just before the election so that they cannot have an openly democratic election.
Yes.
So there's an interference of army. So is this the power centralization into a few hands that is also impacting the adoption? Because unless they are benefited, they will not let it come to the market.
I think, I think this is like always been.
I mean, I'm mixing politics, economy, and but these are the things, these are the three pillars.
I think, these dynamics have always been challenges in that country, right? In Pakistan, we've always faced these challenges. And I think that, when I'm coming and look, my origins in Pakistan, but I grew up in the UK, right? So even me from the outside looking in, what I see is like really talented people who do exceptional things in challenging circumstances,
Getting wasted.
Yeah, and I always think that, look, was the only difference between your circumstance and my circumstance is that my dad emigrated in the 50s. That's it, Otherwise, it's all the same. So the talent, I think, in my opinion, is global, and we just need to give people the opportunity. I'm optimistic that crypto, Web3 can do that. Yeah, and I think that like any country, like it's going to face its challenges, and every country has its unique difficulties. But I'm a great believer in that part of the world and the talent that emerges. We see the challenges that we have in all these places. We see the extreme poverty that exists in those places. But people still work. People still get up in the morning. They're still grinding. They're in the trenches more than us.
They refuse to give up.
Exactly, and I think that's really going to show through. And for me, it's huge validation to see, the country being put on the map like that, and Mormin and Bilal and these guys are doing great work to get them in the right circles. So now it's a case of just execution. What is that going to look like?
Bringing
the right people,
bringing the relevant stuff to them, which they can actually
and some stuff that's tangible. A lot of Web3. We love a bit of hype, don't we? In Web3, we like to make a lot of noise, and then when you pull the covers back, you wonder where's the substance. I'm a big believer in substance.
I would say when you pull the rug back.
So from my perspective, I'm a big believer in substance and building. It's a longer road, but I think in the long term, it's more fruitful and more substantial.
So if we talk about the other aspect of adoption is that, like you said, you're giving something, unless you're giving something tangible to hold on to the beliefs.
Yes.
And something that can have a value derivation. It can touch lives in more ways than one, like real life utilities. That unless that happens, the adoption cannot come. And second is, especially to the Web3 adoption, not everyone with a cell phone can be a Web3 enthusiast. What I feel is there has to be a deep tech base placed locally, which people can trust on, which people can rely on.
I agree.
So if unless you're not developing projects right from Pakistan or right from any geography, the locals, the community is not going to accept you. How far will they look forward to Europe, US, or tech places like India or Southeast Asia? And we have to look forward to good projects at these locations only. Unless you have a localized ecosystem, you will not be able to believe that on a larger scale.
I agree. And I think that, for example, context is so important. One of the products that we've just built, like Vanar, is like this technology stack, right? So the chain, we have a memory layer and a reasoning layer. And the memory layer, we call it MyNeutron. And the idea is it's a portable memory layer that takes your context, and you can take any memory, any text, PDF document, and you can use it with any different AI. So you're not stuck with one particular AI where it forgets everything. But for us, context is really important in so many ways. And context is relevant for adoption in a unique situation. So take a single housewife in Mumbai, all right, who husband is out working all day. What product could be created that can allow her to create value or extract value? I know I was speaking to somebody, and they've got a little app that they review stuff and stuff like that, and they're able to earn $50 a month or $100 a month, whatever it might look like. But now with the advent of AI and training models, with the advent of deep in and robotics, think about all the little alleyways and back streets that exist in these countries, right? That can't even be mapped. But a human can map it with a mobile phone, which can enable robotics and a robotics future and drone deliveries. These are the unique things, or even the unique circumstances that we face. As Asians, our cultures are very similar, right? There might be things that are unique to that can be leveraged in interesting ways. So I think that these things, and I completely align with you, that there's a richness in our cultures that we need to celebrate, and at the same time create tools and products that are relevant for those cultures as well, because they're massive populations. You look at the Bay, entire all of the UAE is probably 6 million. So that's not barely one city in India. That's barely one city in Pakistan. We've got these mass populations that I think once the education is in play, once we work with all the universities and we create tooling, and because we want products to come out of there, build, do it. We'll give you the tools to do it, but create value in these countries, whether that's for real estate, housing, doctors, whatever it might look like, and for example, the whole medical system in the country, there's nothing that connects everything together. The disparate clinics. So, just that very basic concept of a medical identity that you can have on-chain provenance with it, right? That is encrypted, that I can walk into any clinic and give it, it's fine. But adoption is what's key. Your doctor will say, yeah. One doctor might not accept from another doctor.
Exactly.
So it's adoption. So, I think to the point you made, it's a challenging situation. There's lots of things that need to be pointing in the same direction for it to happen. But it can happen.
It can happen. There's still time. Yes. And there are good places in the market. There are bad places in the market. But I think as a community, everybody of us should come forward, work more towards education and adoption rather than building our product.
Yes.
If you are placed as a name who is educating more people, your product is readily acceptable.
Yes.
I mean, the most accepted researches are from the professors who have a large fan following in the student community. So that's the name of the game. That's how it works. That's what my thought and my belief is. So the key to any ecosystem is adoption. Key to any technology is adoption. And that is what crypto is all about, because, at the end of it, we are just one big global village. And that is where we come to the end of this session. We had an interesting discussion with Ash, who actually hails from UK, but he has deep roots in Pakistan, and he has been talking about the Pakistan ecosystem. As far as the Web3 is concerned, we shared some problems. We shared about how things can be brought better and bigger in the times to come with these ecosystems. And when he was talking about Pakistan, he wasn't just talking about Pakistan, he was referring to the whole paraphernalia of developing countries, which actually face similar sort of problems, similar sort of mindset, and the diversity, especially in the Asian side of the geography. Hope you get enriched by this kind of a discussion, and if you have something that you're building on, definitely the market ecosystem and the geography you're building on is the first thing that you have to keep in mind, because if you can local support, there's no looking back from there. With this, we come to the end of this session. We'll keep bringing you more interesting stuff from CoinGabbar. This is Sudeep reporting live from Token2049. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.